Welcome to Be the Hero of Your Brand podcast.
Hi, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Ben, and we run your video team.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, I did the intro.
Done the intro done, skip to the next bit, which is, what have we been up to?
Oh, yeah. That was not my skip to, but yeah, okay, we'll do that one next. We'll go with that. There is a format to this, isn't there? Why do you always insist on playing with it? Right, stop it. Okay, so what are we up to?
We're currently doing a fair bit of editing.
Yes.
Getting people sorted out with their podcast. We probably soon after this will be editing this podcast, but yeah, we've been helping a few businesses with their podcasts, getting them done, getting them visible. Their video podcasts, so you can watch them on YouTube and stuff like that. Companies like Start Inspiring, Family Law Cafe,
Yeah.
Quietly Confident, Introvert,
Yes.
helped create their podcasts and get them out in the world.
But it's not just about creating the podcast, is it? It's about
No.
what else it gives you. And this is what all of this is about, is ultimately we've been discussing, and we're still refining slightly, like ultimately this is a growth for everybody involved, is the pillars of what your podcast does for you. So we've been analysing, we're currently in the process of creating the blueprint,
yeah.
and we're calling it a blueprint, and I'm still trying to figure out my Lego connection to it right now.
Well, it's the building blocks, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we associate blueprints with architecture.
Architecture.
I always get my farms and my buildings mixed up.
Yeah, so easily done.
Yeah, and obviously we love Lego. We have a fair bit of collection, shall we say?
We could have a Lego house.
We could have a Lego house. Our son started the obsession with Lego.
Bloody kids.
And then we very much found, ooh,
We jumped onto that
I
one.
like this one. This nice spaceship from Guardians of the Galaxy, or the Back to the Future car, or in your case, the
Disney Castle.
Disney Castle. So maybe we'll start setting up some of the scenes with some of that stuff on show as well.
Maybe. Yeah, so yes, that's what we've been doing, and now we are in the process of, and I'm not going to share any of that right now because we're still building it, and I think I want to just make sure we're completely happy with it, because this morning's discussion in the car was a bit more like, oh, hang on, what if we move that here and that becomes this part of the roof? And
Yeah.
so it's a work in progress, but it's a great.
Yeah, I think
it's about giving. Stop it! You said the headphones stop you interrupting. Well, stop interrupting me, because it's about giving your podcast more and becoming your more marketing strategy. Marketing strategy.
I think she should have let me say it personally. Yes, it is the foundation of the marketing.
That's it. Believe you.
I feel a little bit giddy today.
It's so random.
I think I've got a bit of the chuckles about me.
Yeah. So that is what we're up to, is establishing how we're creating a tool that ultimately we can give to people to say, here you go. Don't just do a video podcast. Make your video podcast your whole marketing strategy. And I think we did speak about this in the first bit. This is our approach to marketing.
Yeah.
There are other approaches.
Yeah.
No one is right or wrong. We're right. Ours is the best. But because it's also what you're comfortable with. Not everyone's comfortable with going straight on camera, but they're comfortable writing a month's worth of vlogs.
I think we've had the experience of being on camera on our own is a lot different to being on camera with each other, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Like the amount of times that we've sat there, spoke to a camera and gone, I don't know what I'm saying.
I don't know my job role.
I don't. Yeah, and that's not the case. I think everybody has that feeling, calling it imposter syndrome. But talking to an object that gives you no emotion back is really difficult.
Yeah.
It's really hard to go, oh, and this is all the facts that I know, and I'm going to tell you about it, without your brain going, they're not giving you anything back. You don't know what you're talking about.
No one's responding to you. You're rubbish. Yeah. So ultimately, yeah, we're going to create these tools that's going to make all of that easier for people.
Yeah.
Because that's what we want to do. We want to provide you a toolbox, a Lego blueprint.
Lego blueprint.
A Lego manual of, here is your manual. This is what there's a nice picture on the front of what you're going to end up with, and that. But like, let's go play.
Yeah.
And enjoy it. This is the key thing. This is why we talk Lego, because we enjoy it.
Yeah.
So yes.
Yeah, I think that's kind of how our brands, we do the jobs we want to do and enjoy, really, don't we? That's what our business has been built along, and like I said in the last episode, it's for our family to enjoy as well. So why not make everything for everyone else as enjoyable? Having it all put in front of you and saying, do this, do this, do this, do this, and you will get an audience, you will get connections, you will build relationships, and people will buy products, services, whatever you're offering them. All through a podcast.
So it's coming, it's all happening.
Yeah.
I feel like we're doing two different types of podcasts right now, because we're very much doing this talk to camera bit, which this podcast isn't. This is a conversational one. This is you guys earwigging on our conversation.
Maybe we're talking to...
I just can't not help but get you involved.
Maybe we're talking to Steve right now.
Is that your avatar name?
I don't know.
Hi, Steve.
Hello, Steve. No, Steve, I think we've got a younger avatar. Someone like a Bruno. Bruno's a good avatar.
Yeah, I know a Bruno though. It makes it weird when I actually know someone.
Yeah, we don't talk about Bruno. Not Bruno.
Anyway, right. So, yes, that's what we've been up to. Amazing. Yeah. But what is this episode about?
What this episode is about... So, I want to kind of discuss... I'll be honest. I've asked AI a question. Yeah. What, great research tool using AI. I asked Gemini... Not ChatGPT, I asked Gemini.
Who is she?
The Google chatbot. Because I think that's a great tool for researching. It's up to date. It's nice. It's there. It is simple to use. But I asked, we're filming our second podcast of Be the Hero of Your Brand podcast. What is a brand?
Yeah.
And how can somebody live that brand? And I think from what it's given us, I think we should discuss ourselves what we feel like we can do to live live that cycle. So take what AI is saying and humanize it, how we're going to do it, how we can live it.
Fab. Okay, so if you like, then AI said, I will read exactly what AI said. A brand is more than just a name or a logo. It's the overall perception that people have of a company, product or service. It's the sum of experiences, emotions and associations that consumers have with a particular entity.
Ooh,
deep.
That was some nice words.
I've got to say, it was quite interesting having that put forward, because I think a lot of the time we do immediately go, oh, brand guidelines. Like, to me, I go brand guidelines, name, font, logo, colours of, and that to me is the immediate brand.
Yeah.
And there is no denying we are either attracted or repulsed is a strong word. What's the opposite to attract? But like
repelled
to a brand based on colours, look, and things like that.
Style over substance at first.
Yeah.
Everything's based on the first impression, first look.
And you can't odds that. That is life. We like it with humans. We like it with everything. Yeah. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I do like that.
People go for Nike because of the swoosh, the tick, just do it. Mm-hmm. People go for Adidas because it's classic, it's retro, it's got its look to itself. To try and go, I'm more of a Nike person myself. What would you rather get?
Puma. No, Puma. Totally. I'm not
high tech.
I'm not branded. That like in
no. If it isn't orange,
yeah. I'm not coming in. But in a sports way, brand means nothing to me. So, and I think that's an entity. So all of a sudden, I'm like, you're diving into the next level of going, okay, but actually, what is my emotion towards sport?
Yeah.
Clearly, it's not one.
I'll tell you what I think from our side of it, from our business and the way that we portray things is, this goes back to what we said in the first episode where we said our writing doesn't portray our brand.
Yeah, okay.
The way we communicate with people, our fun, bubbly selves, our talking to anyone, letting anybody in and being honest is, when it comes to talking about it and saying things and doing video content, we're very much... It's there, it's done. We flow with it, we get it done. But when it comes to writing it, there's a blockage. And I don't think that's just me. I mean, I have my difficulties with reading and writing, probably dyslexic without realising it. and that makes me worry about writing stuff out anyway, because I can't see a spelling mistake. And
yeah, I think you used the example the other day, and you said if I wrote behaviour 3 different ways, it wouldn't be like you're like, there, that's that one.
yeah, it says behaviour.
And again, you could write that very wrong, and you'd still be like, that says behaviour. I still don't get it. So yes, our brand is never portrayed in the way we write things.
Yeah, there's that blockage there, and I think again that's why we come to full on a podcast, is because we can be our more natural selves, especially when we're together.
Yeah, and I think again, like, there's no denying. So that fear as well of writing. So you have a fear of writing through your likely but undiagnosed dyslexia. I have a fear of writing because I fear what people think of me all the time.
Yeah.
So I know what I want our brand to sound like. I want to be like, boom, you just walked into the room and like, bam, like hero this and hero, like, sometimes I probably over push our brand theme because I'm trying so hard to be like, we need to make sure we're comic book themed.
Yeah.
But then other times I'm like, I don't want anyone to dislike me, so I can't say a swear word and I can't do that, and also mum might read this, so then
I don't think mum's on LinkedIn.
retired, just chilling out here. Yeah, like, but there is that worry all the time, like, and that's my fear. And but what is that holding back from our brand is quite interesting.
Yeah, I guess when we're talking to people in person as well, it's very different to how we're portraying it here. Like, we're trying to not swear because I don't know why. It's
a weird one, because we do swear in public.
Yeah.
like politely swear. Can I just?
Yeah,
we're not offended.
We're not attacking people and stuff, but it's just language. It's I think where I was raised through work in kitchens and stuff like that, you get called every name under the sun, and
goodness.
it's water off a duck's back at the end of the day. And in the way that I view swearing, it's just words. So I don't understand why. Again, I wouldn't write a swear word down. I think that also delivers a different tone when it's written. I might imply. So I think when I done the marketing for the podcast, I was like, not another freaking podcast.
Yeah, or fecking. That's like, oh my god! I said, I sometimes go, oh my god, I wrote fecking with an E.
Yeah, or you do like silly signs to block out some of the letters,
like the star and the pound sign, and be like, we all know what this word is, but we're going to pretend we didn't say it.
But it's just why is that something that we're not willing to write and do on this? But if it was in person, we might be a bit more relaxed.
And there are other people I see do it, and I go, oh, good for you.
Yeah,
good for you writing.
Pooper.
I can't even say. I still can't say it.
Mummy might see.
Mum might see, and she'll tell me. Oh, to be fair, Mum might see, and I don't think she would tell me if it would be Dad. If Dad sees it, not that he.
Yeah, your mum swears lots now.
She does, and I swear in front of your mum more than I should now. Clearly, far too comfortable after 17 years. Yeah.
Okay. So, read a bit more about what it said again.
Read, all right.
Don't want a dyslexic person reading it.
Yeah, I'll override you over the top. Well, no, I'm not going to read this, because ultimately this is just a touch point, isn't it? And it's saying, like, so it says here, like, know your audience as point one. Well, but we do that. Isn't that one of the step one of like learning your business? Is who are you talking to?
Step one of business, know your audience. Step two of marketing, know your audience. Step 3 of branding, know your audience.
But I think when it comes to knowing your audience, and sometimes what people are afraid of, and again, I am going to point out here that we are not brand experts. We are video podcast experts that use this to enhance your brand. Our brand, but we create it, babe. So for your brand too. But so please pipe in. I'm not going to be offended if you go, no, Rach, I don't agree with that.
Please don't swear.
Please don't swear. My mum writed it. But ultimately as well, because I want a discussion. I want to learn. Like, I love that. But this says, like, know your audience. Now, to me, a business has an overall arching audience. But I have different products and services within my business that are aimed at different people within that umbrella. So actually, when it comes to what I'm talking about, when it comes to our podcasting, our video podcasting package, that isn't aimed at smaller businesses. That is aimed at businesses who probably have an established audio podcast or can really see that value of a podcast from the offset and are willing to go, here's an investment.
Yeah.
I want to invest in this. So that's who I'm talking to. And I don't want the small business who's like, oh, I've got £200 a month, to come and feel bad when I go, no, you no offense, you can't afford this.
Yeah, but
what I can do is give you this, and then I've aligned a different service to a different audience member.
Yeah, I think that's very good.
Thank you very much.
I've
got his approval. I don't need anyone else's. Thank you, everyone. We're done.
But deciding on the audience, I think everyone goes, oh, it's this bloke who's 35, called Trevor, who runs a bank, who does this. I don't think that's what people need to think about. They don't need to think about the specifics of who this person is down to a T, but they do need to think about the emotional state that they're in. They need to think, what are their pain points? What are they struggling with? What film they like watching is what people see, or what groups are they in. No. We'll figure everything out that's going to give you their pain points. So for us, it's people who don't, or businesses who don't have time to create their content, who need to be working on their business more than just having to think about social media all the time. Taking one tool and having that create everything for you.
Yeah, I think it's businesses who started a business and want to do what they love to do within that business.
Yeah.
Because, again, we meet so many people and they're like, I'm wearing so many hats. And you're like, okay, what hats do you like wearing? They're like, I will take short of taking ourselves for example all the time, but there's no one else here right now, is accounting is not my forte. Content writing is not our forte. Bookkeeping, those are not our things. So we have to wear those hats. We're business owners.
Yeah.
But I don't like wearing that hat.
No.
So how can I offset that to someone? And ultimately, is there a group of hats I can be like, actually, that one person can wear that? Because again, that's what we're creating with the video podcast, and is going, hang on a minute, here's your video podcast, here's the transcript, and from that, let's create. Let's just give away what we said we're not going to give away.
but you're right. I like the reason I do videos, the reason I do podcasts is because I love hearing people's story. I love trying to make that consumable for people as well. I love learning about businesses and other people as well. I love editing and filming. I love setting up the lights. That's what I love to do. You're great when it comes to meeting people.
Yeah.
Do you like people?
Nah. That's not true. I do. I'm a weird introverted extrovert, aren't I? I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, no, why does everyone like me? I don't understand. And I don't get it. I don't know why people like me. And then I just sit here doubting myself going, why does that person want to work with me?
Well, maybe it's because you're quite a nice person.
Nah. Been through this. I'm not a nice person. I don't know what you all see in me.
I think you're all right.
You're stuck.
Oh, yeah.
That's what this ring says. Stuck. That's what's engraved in it.
I don't know. I can't take it off anymore. It's stuck.
Stuck. So yeah, again, I think knowing your audience, it's not necessarily knowing who the exact person of your audience is, it's knowing the emotion of the person you're talking to. And again, in that specific moment, we go through an emotional roller coaster as business owners, as humans, and again, not necessarily just as business owners. We're not out here to just speak to business owners. We're talking to people within businesses who, ultimately are going, you are your own brand as well. Yeah. You've been hired because of your personal brand. The personal stuff that you can bring in, because they've interviewed tens, hundreds of people for a position, and they've picked you. Because of your personal brand. Every time you go for an interview, that's what you're showing them, is your personal brand, your personal beliefs, your personal views. So own it when you're in there. If that's why they've picked you, don't let the other people within that business then start dampening you and conforming you, because the reason you're sat there in the first place is the reasons that they picked you for your interview. Yeah. So, and it's about embracing, and I'm not going to say it's easy to do all the time, but remember that we've done a DISC analysis, which is a lot of it's a personality thing, isn't it? And like I have to go into IS, whereas I think you were more DI than so. And we need someone like the next person within our business. Really, we probably need to fill that C gap. So we know where we're going, we know who we need, and we know that when we all go, come on, let's all go celebrate like this, people in our business are going, oh, yeah, I'm just going to sit back quietly though. Respect that, own that, great, good for you. Like, how can we, but in reverse, how can we support that as well? So yes, so knowing your audience, defining your identity, your brand identity.
Define your brand identity. Again, this is, I think, something that we recognise if we were writing. It doesn't do that. No. Our tone of voice doesn't come across. How we're making people emotionally feel is how we see it when we're in person. How we get them to react to what we've got to say, what we're up to, what we're doing. That's where we see it. So people want us to bring the energy when it comes to the shoots that we're doing. But they're enjoying the shoots that we're doing. We don't want this to be a chore for someone. We want them to enjoy the process and enjoy seeing it again, and not thinking, oh, I didn't like that day, I don't want to see it.
Yeah, not have to think, oh, I've got to do that again like in 2 months' time. Yeah, that's not going to help you or the videos, because that will seep out. It will come out in your videos of like, I'm sat here not enjoying it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I think like again this touches on sort of that the values that you hold more than the personality, but like your values. So this came up at the event we were at the weekend, is what 3 values does your business stand for?
Yeah.
But that's your business. But what values do you pick? 3 top values of you as a person, and what ones intertwine? Because family for us is a value of our business. Any partner, and we don't, I think we've been through this, we don't call our clients, we call our clients partners, because we're on an equal playing field. We're partnering together. We're your sidekick, really. That's how we talk about it. But family is huge for us as a personal matter, and that's what's in our brand, our business brand. But someone else might come along and be like, family's not as important to me, but I'm a geek and a nerd, and that is like...
Yeah.
And that brand comes across.
I think we have an inclusion. Everyone is welcome. And this is something that we've probably got from like TMM, and seeing it there, seeing that the way that they include everybody that comes along, and we obviously sponsor the event and go to them as well, because we see it align with us.
Yes.
And a lot more as we've been doing it more and more. So we think everyone should have skin in the game and be able to push themselves out there and be free to be who they want to be. And we want to help encourage that any way that we can, which the video is the way that we do it a lot.
Yeah, and again, it's really hard, isn't it? Because again, from an introvert's point of view, what I'm going to ask you to sit on camera and talk to the lens and tell me down the barrel of a lens like about you, that doesn't sit with an introvert.
Nope.
Well, no, and sorry, that's very paint everyone with the same brush. Doesn't sit with some introverts very well. So how do you turn this into something that can work for them? Well, this sort of setup could work really well, like being interviewed. Yeah,
bring someone else in so you can... Yeah. I mean, it's got to be the right person that you're with as well.
Yeah. Again, we have 2 very different personalities. So, no, maybe not very different, but like we do have 2 different personalities.
No, I think we complete our personalities. So where you would nod, I'd shake my head, but it's not. We're saying the same thing. It's just we're using the opposites to say it. I think there's that kind of. Yeah, so where you went, I'll probably go, no, I get it.
Yeah, okay, we are yin and yang.
Exactly that.
Oh, sorry. So I think, again, it's about identifying a setup that's going to work for you.
Yeah.
But deliver the brand as an overall, but your personal brand will come into that, because that's so important.
Yeah, and someone who is an extrovert would just fly in front of a camera and be amazing. They're just entertaining, fun, engaging, keep everybody entertained. And that's nothing against the people who aren't like that. That's just one way of doing it.
Sorry.
We're going to pause, restart these cameras. Were you about to respond to me? Okay, got to restart cameras.
And you say that, and I think the other thing is like we talk about introverts and extroverts, but then you've got other personality traits within it. Like we filmed someone who I would say is an extrovert at the weekend, but is very much an overthinker.
Yeah.
So then as soon as she was like, "Hi, I'm so and so," oh no, I didn't say that right. Hang on. Hi, I'm da da da. Like, being in front of the camera was not a problem for her at all. But boy, oh boy, did she overthink what she was saying. And she was like, "Was that okay? Was that?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "It was spot on. It was perfect. No, let's do it again. One more time." And like we did 5 takes, and I thought, and all 5 takes were different because she overthought a different part of it.
And but all 5 takes were good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, we could have just taken that first one, but fine. But again, we get it. Like, and so if that's what you're comfortable and that's what you need, let's do 5 takes. Overthink it, like just for a minute, but trust us when we go, no, stop now.
Yeah,
you've got it.
Got it.
We've got it to edit it. Like we've got what we need. So yeah, customer service. Point number 3 given us by Gemini. Deliver exceptional customer experiences. This is a hard one, and I know it's not in theory.
I'll tell you what, if anybody wants to find out how to deliver an expert celebrity customer service, they should have gone to Atomicon.
You're going to get that in. Oh my God, that was such a good talk.
Yeah. And I'm fortunate enough that I'll get to see what you got to see because... So you go to Atomicon and you get the access to all the talks that were on the day because there's so many talks happening at the same time. So I'm now replaying them and I'm watching some of the ones I watched at the day as well, so that you can see them as well. So, and one of them was about celebrity customer service,
like delivering the celebrity customer service.
And it's not about the biggest thing. It's not about giving them everything. No, it's about giving them the little bits. Those little bits of
wow.
I think a saying that I like is the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is a little bit extra.
Oh, that's so good.
A little cheesy, but blooming good.
But yeah, and it is, and I think like we fall down. I'll be honest. Like this is about being honest. Ultimately, is we fall down because we want to deliver incredible, amazing service.
We want everything to be perfect for them every time.
And we want, between ourselves, we talk about that secret step we can take to go, and here's a little bit more. But what we end up sometimes falling down on is we're working so hard to get that extra step, we forget the basic steps.
Yeah, I think that is a challenge that a lot of people face, not just us.
No, this is, like I say, this is us being honest with ourselves and people and going, you're not alone, and we do it, we've done it.
Yeah, and I think we've had those conversations, those talks with people over the time, and they've gone, just step back before you leap forward.
Yeah.
Like, you've missed step 2, 3 and 4 because you went straight to 5, 6 and 7.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there is definitely and again, going back and doing that is what's delivering that little bit extra, that little bit that makes it...
Having that conversation to say, what did we miss for you?
Yeah.
Reviewing back. It's not about, ask for honest, raw feedback from your people. Like, we've got reviews from people where we've gone and filmed them for a day and we've gone, oh, can you give us a review about what you've thought of your video team? I wouldn't use those reviews because they've not... At that point, they hadn't had the full Your Video Team service. And so actually, it wouldn't be true what they said. They enjoyed us on the day. They enjoyed
a day and love that. Let's be honest, that's the fun bit for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But when they've got to review it and see it back again, has it lived up to what they've built up in their brain? And
has the time frame, has all of those other things. Like really, we need to go back and have another call with them and go, so from an honest point of view, what is your review of your video team? But we always ask, what could we have improved on? We never shy away from that question.
Yeah, as uncomfortable as it can be, I think that's a winning question to ask.
Yeah.
Anyone for any service or product.
Yeah, is ask the hardest question. What didn't we do right? What could we improve on? And because again, from a brand point of view, how many people do that? So, oh my goodness, you actually asked me, well, yeah, can I give you some genuine, honest feedback? Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
Wow, that was amazing. Like, asking that question, like, and the reason I say that is because we did exactly that with a client and said, now give me some raw, honest feedback. Don't blow smoke up my backside. Like, I know we're amazing, but
but how can we be more?
Yeah, what didn't we do right? And she told us, and like you say, it's hard. My ego was a bit dented, and I was a bit like, but the reason why I felt dented and sad afterwards was because I wanted to give the best.
Yeah.
And I found out I dropped a ball.
Yep. And I think there is that. I tell you what I've taken from that, and I've taken into conversations moving forward from that, is let the client know not the client standard. What am I thinking here? Expectations, the limitations,
yeah, okay.
Where it stops from where our job ends to where their job starts.
Yeah.
Kind of, or the other way around. That like what do they have to do to make what we're doing succeed?
Yeah. Okay.
I can't think what the term is.
Yeah. So no, I think you've explained it okay. In the sense of like, so we deliver a podcast and give you all the shorts. We send that to you. If you then do nothing with it, you can't come back to us a month later and go, well, we got no views and no traction. It's like, okay, cool. What social site did you put it on? Where did you launch it? Who did you tell about it? Oh, we did. No, we didn't do anything. It's still sat in our saved
It's on a hard drive, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not going to get any views that way. So, like, I mean, as a business, please note that is not an example like of our work, but as a business, we you do have to do your steps where you foresee that and go, okay, so what is it that they might do when I press send and you've got your files? What could happen right now? Well, you might not do anything with them. So within that email, here's some ideas about how to like that's your extra step. And you know how to publicise it.
And I think there's bits on the other side, on the front end, where it goes, oh, we're going to do a podcast. Okay, you can't just turn up and sit down and record. You've got to do a thing. You've got to spend half hour to be able to get a half hour.
Yeah.
For a podcast, you've got to spend half hour planning it, at least, to get a half hour episode.
Half an hour? Did we plan half an hour?
No, we asked Gemini.
But yeah.
But all the times that we have spoken over the last week probably does collate to, well, I think it's more than half hour this episode, but we probably spoke more than half an hour to create this episode. We've been talking all week about it, where we see things going, what we can include, what we can't include.
Yeah.
So, and I think we've kind of covered the next point where it says be authentic and transparent. Like, we're having these raw conversations in this way, not that raw as in it's hurtful and hard to have, but recognizing that these are the issues that we've gone through, these are issues that other people will go through or have gone through, but there's also ways that you can resolve it to make your service, make your customer happy, make your service brilliant, make everything around your business grow, because you're willing to be open, transparent and authentic.
Yeah, and again, it's doing those things with your partners, with your clients and customers as well, and saying, well, like, I was always taught you treat every customer as if they're your only customer, and that's good to a point.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's not about going, oh, I'm sorry, I'm really busy because I've got 50 other clients. That does make them feel like, oh, well, clearly I'm number 51.
Yeah.
It's about saying, right, we've got a few things on right now, but I tell you what, I can get to this on this day. and then I can get that sorted and done by this day. Manage those expectations, being raw and authentic, like you say, and transparent with everything, because that is what ultimately, if they turn around and say, no, sorry, that's not good. Okay, so what would you like? Where's your expectation? And you can manage that together, because ultimately they are a business. So if you turn around to them and said, right, tomorrow I want this from you, could they honestly deliver that in return? And I think there's that element of going, look, we're both business people here. We both get it. So this is what I can deliver. Oh, you need to push. Right, what's that going to mean? Is this going to add more pressure? Is there another cost involved in pushing early? Have those discussions. Be true and authentic. So yeah, ultimately when it comes to brand, it's not just a name. It's not just a logo, and it's not just a colour. There is emotion, there are people, there are values, ethics, morals, stories all involved in what a brand is. And ultimately, yes, people will see your brand first off and go, oh, I like that, I want to know. But it's through getting to know the people and everything else, the stories and everything else that goes with it, that people go, that is the brand I want to work with.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, remember what you're putting out on your socials. Remember what you're putting out. And again, don't be afraid to do something. If, like we say, content writing isn't our forte. And so, no, you don't see lots of written content from us. I think even releasing this podcast, we did a mini video, and in my LinkedIn, I went, well, I can't say it better than these two, and just put an arrow to me and you, to just put an arrow to us two promoting our own video. Like, because I don't do written content. I'm not as strong. I can't do it. I'm not as strong with my written content.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy written content. I can write well, but I don't enjoy it.
Yeah, you can write very well.
Thank you very much. So yes, think about any which way you can get your brand out through not just your colour and name and logo, but through your personal values.
How you're making other people feel.
Yeah. All of that.
When they hear your name or see your colour or see your logo, how do they feel? Are they excited?
Yeah.
I mean,
like, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
it was great last night walking around that event, and 3 or 4 people going, I need to talk to you.
It wasn't me. Rachel did it because I weren't there, and you could blame it on me.
But it was great having that feeling. Like people know who I am. They see me out and about, and they know that they can approach me and talk to me, which is lovely. I enjoy that a hell of a lot. And
amazing. Yeah,
I didn't realise how much I missed that when it came to things like lockdown and you didn't talk to anyone.
I know you missed it because you missed your home time, didn't you? You had an angry phone call from your wife.
So that's the end of it.
Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to lean in and hopefully not knock everything over. Our clapperboard has still only got the one sticker. So, sorry, did I jump?
That hurt my ears.
Oh, sorry. So yes, we've got our TMM sticker, who obviously we shouted about last week. We did shout about it, we didn't. We clapped to TMM.
I reckon we should clap to your video team, because we didn't talk about us on there.
I think that's all we do is talk about us.
Oh yeah, we're awesome.
Right. So if you are a business that has a grand story you'd like to tell us, get in touch with us. Send me your sticker. I want to do a clap to your... I won't do it. I want to do a clap to your business. So send your sticker to your video team, Ashford Road, St Michael's, Tenterden, TN306SP.
Done that without reading it.
I know. I just remember that one.
Ah.
So yeah, until next week.
Until next week. And if you are interested in being on this podcast, or if you have any questions for us, do please email them to me at ben@yourvideoteam.co.uk. So, question for the podcast.
Fabulous.
Or if you want to be on it and be a guest,
let us know. Comment on it. No, that's what we want. We want you to comment on it. We need some interaction.
Yeah, you would see our little bar come up with like, comment, subscribe,
all that jazz. In the meantime, till next week. Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.